thinking about as when nowadays in this time people ask for forgiveness, even if they ask sincerely, most of the time it is to avoid the immediate consequences of the mistake that they realize they have made. Once they avoid those consequences,
it's important to ask, it's important to know this, because this is the month of forgiveness. Although he's asking very specifically, it may seem as if, what has this got to do with Islam? He's not using Islamic terminology or words, or tasawwuf terminology. We can, it's so easy, but that's a show. But this is completely relevant, completely important to our faith, and especially to this month of Ramadan. Forgiveness, how to ask for forgiveness. This is important because when you don't know how to ask forgiveness properly, you are making a gunah then. You're making a sin. Do you understand? You're trying to ask Allah for forgiveness, but instead of asking for forgiveness, you make a sin. And this is when Hazrat Rabi'atul Adawiyya is saying, Ya astaghfirullah should be accompanied by another astaghfirullah. And Shaykh Effendi says, because you're doing it in ghaflat. Ghaflat means you're not thinking. But ghaflat is more than not thinking, because when you're not thinking, guess who is in control? When you're not in control, who is in control? Shaitan. So yes, you're talking about the forgiveness, that most people, yes, what?
They're asking forgiveness even when they realize they have made a mistake, and they're sincerely asking for forgiveness.
Yes.
Most of the time, and I'm talking from my
Good.
own
You're
self.
talking about yourself, yes.
Is to avoid the immediate consequences. But I find that once you avoid those immediate consequences, then it is easy to relax and not, as you said, take precaution for the next time. How do I make that?
It depends on your knowledge of Islam. It depends on your knowledge of spirituality. It depends on your knowledge of yourself. You understand? Now, your knowledge of yourself and the knowledge of tasawwuf, this is the most important thing. Not so much the knowledge of the zahir aspects of Islam, because you can argue this way or that. You may not even be aware. You may even say, I fulfill just the general requirements. I say this. But the heart, no. The heart, it requires more than that. So, you are saying, if the man's understanding of himself, with or without a share, doesn't mean that you have a share, you have such a high understanding. So many people may not even take 2 steps in the 20 years that they've been in tariqat. There may be people who are not in tariqat, but they have a high understanding of themselves, that the saints are watching from very far away and they're training too. That also happens. But if a man is not aware of his religion and the important aspects of his religion, not just the reading and writing aspects of the religion, but the heart aspects of the religion, how to clean his heart, how to get rid of the heart from the false idols that are there, then if the man is ignorant, the first thing that he is going to ask is, how do I get out of this? I make a mistake and that mistake is found out. How do I get out of this? He is not understanding that whether he is found out or not, it is still a mistake. Meaning a shame. The shame has to be there. People making mistakes, when they are ashamed of that, they understand. They don't show because you're ashamed. You hide it. You're constantly asking for forgiveness because the shame is hitting you. Whether someone sees, someone doesn't see, the fear or not the fear, you have shame from that. And shame, haya, shame, modesty, it is a huge part of Islam. If you don't have that, even when you have knowledge, you have no modesty, you have no shame, what use is it? You're just like shaitan. You have all the right answers, but you have no shame. You can say that to your Lord? You have no shame? So first, his relationship with the wrong action. He knows he's weak, there is a shame that is involved. He is not going to take it for granted. And that is a sign of a believer. Whether someone discovers or there is a shame, he's going to know that it is wrong. He's going to know that it is wrong when he's committing it. And after that, when he knows it is wrong, and he will run to fix it. This is regardless if somebody knows or somebody doesn't. He'll run to fix it. And this is something that our Shaykh has said over and over again. You do something right, run to do you do something wrong, run to do something right. He didn't just say astaghfirullah, but run to fix it. Run to do something else. Run to fix it. Because isn't Allah's mercy and His forgiveness hidden in so many different ways? But He's not just going to say, astaghfirullah. He's not running. Now, when you're living in a jamaat, when you're helping other believers, then you understand there are things that are more valuable than others. You understand that, yes, it is valuable to worship all night long, but it is more valuable to fix a broken heart of a believer. Yes, it is good to read Quran a lot, but you understand to swallow the anger and an injustice that happens to you, that is also a high form of a good action in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you start using your intelligence now. You're not just going to say astaghfirullah, and then later someone touches you a little bit, you say, it's not my fault, and then you're going to flip. You have that shame. And that shame is to say, wait, remember you did this? How are you going to be angry with this person? Allah is not punishing you. Allah is hiding it, is covering it. So why are you going to flip with this person? Then you're going to understand, okay, does that mean I'm going to love this person? No, you still understand the action is wrong. The person is different. The action is wrong. And if it's coming to you, then you must have more forgiveness because you want that forgiveness from Allah. And you're receiving the forgiveness. Then if you're a believer, how can you be ungrateful now? When your Lord is covering you and forgiving you, and you are just so upset when anything small that is happening to you to touch your rights. Like I said, you're not going to go to the other extreme and say, okay, everyone can do anything to me, it's okay. No, you still understand what is right and what is wrong, but there is a control there. There is a control, there are breaks there. And you understand. So now, how do you fix the problem without that kind of, I don't want to use the word emotion, but the ego getting too much into the mix? You understand? People are also not understanding. So many times when we get angry, we don't get angry over that person or that situation only. Usually we get angry because of so many situations before that situation. And that person may be other people other than that one. It is just a symbol, a token. When Shaitan refused to bow down to Adam alayhi salam, it's not because of Adam alayhi salam. It is because of the jealousy that he feels that he should have that maqam al-mahmud that he knows is not going to fall to him. That is promised to this new creature. One, meaning the light of the Prophet ﷺ, which was hidden until Adam ﷺ was made manifest. You understand? So now when you get angry too, you're going to put some brakes. You're going to say, okay, what is this all about really? Do you really have to be angry like this? Can you fix the problem? Can you do it without anger? Yes, you can. You'll try. You have more control. You can still fix it. You can still be a little bit angry, but you're not going to go out of control. So many people, they're angry, they're not angry they're angry at themselves. And this is before you know that you are running away from the punishment or being scared or You're asking and then later on you're forgiven and then you run and you do it again. No, this is an attitude that you have first. Now, if you are in tariqat and in spirituality, understanding these teachings coming from our Shaykh now, as a murid now, you have no right to be angry. You have no right to be angry. Certain things are happening, yes, you're a little bit upset, but you have no rights to be angry. You must understand, you must process, you must think about the situation. Why is it happening to you? Maybe it's happening to you because you did something. Maybe it is a payment for something that you did to other people. What is your responsibility? What is your job now? This is when it gets very complex, difficult. It's not so easy. It's easy to make tilawat, it's easy to recite, it's easy to make zikr, it is easy to have mawlids over and over. That's the easy thing to do. To understand yourself is the hardest thing. You understand? And days like this in Ramadan, you are supposed to be able to understand yourself in the times when your ego and your body is weak, that the spirit is strong, that you look and you understand. So now in these teachings that we are with Shaykh Effendi, he's saying you have no right to be angry. You understand that that action is wrong. Then you will feel a little bit and then quickly you calm down. That's not anger. You understand? Anger doesn't mean Wah! That doesn't mean anger too. You can scream, person doesn't feel anything inside. Person is just smiling at you. It doesn't mean he's nice too sometimes. Sometimes it means he's so angry inside he wants to kill you, but he's not showing it. Yes or no? Then how are people going to judge? Don't look at the outside, look at the inside. Understand your inside. Now look at your heart. This is the month of forgiveness. And we understand how patient Allah is. How patient, how patient. How patient is He? How patient the Prophet ﷺ, how patient the awliya Allah is. All of them are. Looking at the extreme, the horrific zulm that is happening in this world. Not just today, not just yesterday, 100 years since the fall of the Khilafat, especially. And still, the earth is not cracked open. We're still able to breathe. There's no flood that is coming to us. There's no pestilence. There's nothing that is really an azab of Allah to this nation, to punish this nation. Forget about waking up. We're beyond waking up now. People don't want to wake up anymore. They're drugged. When you're drugged, you cannot wake up. Wake up, you cannot. You have to remove them from the drug source. And then you have to sit and wait for it to just pass out of the system. How patient they are. That earlier nations, Allah would decimate them from one particular wrong thing that they do. One thing. Completely. The whole qawm, Allah will punish them. No trace of them. The lanat that is given to them. No intercession, no forgiveness. But this nation that for 1300 years it has been the pillar and the pride of the Prophet ﷺ. It has fallen into such darkness of the Akhir Zaman that you see all the wrong, cursed actions of all earlier nations that they did, that our nation was not doing for over 1,000 years. And now this nation is openly practicing it, openly, without any shame, protected by institutions and governments to commit those wrong actions continuously, every day, every minute. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not sending any punishment because of the prayers of the Prophet ﷺ. Just because of that Nabi. Otherwise, it would have been finished. We would have been finished long ago, not to be even raised on Judgment Day. Finished. Perishan. Then when you're sitting and listening to sohbats like this, as much as you can, and thinking a little bit at least, how we are going to take our own personal upsettings, our personal anger, our personal issues now, how important is it going to be compared to what the awliyas are talking about when you look at things like this? It's not. That is another break that we put, to put things, again, into perspective. So don't come so here, you're not that big. You're small, actually. Stay over there. This problem, stay over there. The ego is trying to make it to blow it up. No, stay over there. So you make a mistake. We all make mistakes. And may Allah forgive us for our mistakes. This is the month of forgiveness. How are we making? How are we asking? You can pull your tasbih 1 billion times to say astaghfirullah. But the minute you get up, you get angry at someone. The minute you get up, you become selfish. The minute you get up, you're arrogant. You look down on people. The minute you get up, you don't care. You're lazy. You think now that astaghfirullah has any real value? You sit and you say astaghfirullah for the wrong things that you did. You cry. But the minute you get up, you still don't understand. You just like that feeling of astaghfirullah, that's all. You like that feeling of saying I'm sorry, because you're drunk on that feeling of, Jews and Christians, they have this, right? We don't. It's not in Islam to mourn or to hit ourselves. You understand? To be in an extreme state of, contrition. To say so sorry, Ya Rabbi. We don't have this, because shaitan can sit on you with that too, and you get drunk in that. But now it's become that with Muslims. They love to go to masjids. Okay, they say, I'm so dirty, they cry. But that's for a hot minute. When they get up, same stubbornness, same arrogance, same not understanding, not wanting to understand. Especially when you're following a sheikh. No. Say, but I know better. He doesn't understand. It's not like that. Then you don't know what it is to follow. Now, when you are sorry, we run to fix it. We try. How many people now in the Dergah? How many people it used to be when we feel something we need to clean up. We feel very dirty. Yes, especially in the old days. What do we do? Huh? You clean the bathroom, you clean the barn. Simple, but it's very heavy. And there are people here that we gave everything to. Everything. They turn around, they say, I'm a this and I'm a that, I'm a this and I'm a that. Why I have to clean the barn? Why I have to clean the toilet? Why I have to just babysit? Why I just have to do this, I have to do that? They see themselves so high, they've forgotten everything. But remember those days, which you still have to do. Time to time I'm seeing people are still doing, those who are intelligent. They say, what is the value of my astaghfirullah? What is the value? What can I do with it? What can Allah do with it? Nothing. Am I helping someone? No. Let me go and wash the bathroom. At least I'm helping someone. And you wash and you say, my ego, you're worse than that. It's an honor for you now to clean that. So many lessons you will get from that. People will benefit from that. You go to the barn, same thing. Those animals that's making the dirt, they are good for everything. Their meat, their eggs, their feathers, their leather, everything. We are no good for nothing. That when we die, it's throw to the grave, throw to the earth and cover. No good for nothing. Yeah. We must consult and we must learn. Whoever here are going to school, you attend lecture, you sit for the examination, but you don't speak to the teacher at all. Who ever heard of that? I guess these days that's okay. You go online, but behind that is also a person. Unless it's AI now. Shaitanic. So, this is how, if you want to progress. Some they're stuck somewhere. So okay too. You're not pushing. But if you're intelligent, you know that you're stuck. To move forward, these are the things that you need to do. Inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, my mercy overtakes my wrath. We are living the mercy of Allah right now. We are. Nothing is touching us from the challenges that the rest of the world is facing, especially us in this first world. Then how useful are we for the ummah? Some people say, oh, I want to go here, I want to go there. You're not going to go. You don't even go to the toilet to clean up after yourself. You think you're going to go there to really give your life? It's an idea. You don't even go to your neighbor, to your friend to help. You don't even take 3 steps to heal some person's heart. You don't even go to yourself to tell yourself, calm down. You don't even go to yourself to understand. I have to be careful with my words. This person is like this person is like this person is like this. These ones can understand from these words, these ones cannot. You are not careful. Living in a dergah, living in a jamaat, you have to be careful because you are in contact with people every day. And people are different. This one you can speak like this one you cannot. This one you can help. This one you cannot help so much directly. Those who are lazy will say, this is too difficult. I didn't sign up for this. What you signed up for, you don't even know. This is too difficult. Let me just pull back, shut the door, mind my own business. First step. You may do that. You will say, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to help. I'm going to do this. Maybe you can. But understand, our role models are the Sahabi Kiram. Are they behaving like this? And which Sahabi Kiram? The ones that our Shaykh always mentioning. And our peer is Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anh. So you don't have the luxury also of picking, well, I kind of like this Sahabi, and he pulls everything out, and he just, Abu Zar, I want to become like that. Using your ego also, as you see fit. You're nowhere near Abu Zar. Please. So, we should try, otherwise, we will get weak. And the shaitan will attack. May Allah keep our faith strong, inshallah, and give us the support. Wa min Allahu tawfiq al-Fatiha.